They weren't going to just lay down. You didn't have Jason Tatum on the Boston side of things. But unfortunately for Orlando, it didn't really matter. Boston wins it 109-100. Jaylen Brown, 36 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Porzingis with a 20-10 night. And Banchero finished with 32. So, yeah, yep, there he is. Not playing in this one with the wrist bruise. And it didn't really matter in the end, Boogie. And I think that's why people look at the Celtics as the favorite no matter what their record was, because it's next man up, and they don't have any issues. Do you agree?
I agree. This team is so deep. It's so much experience. They've been here before. This was a well put together team a season ago. I don't really see anybody matching up with them in the East. I do feel like they'll sweep the Magic in this series, but their team is just so loaded. It's full of talent. I don't really see it this way.
You're like, I just died.
It's hard to even really critique this team in a negative way and say they need to do this better. They're a complete team, and obviously they're the reigning champs for a reason. I think they'll continue to push through the East.
Yeah, they're so solid. They don't have holes. They don't have weaknesses. They're so good defensively. When they're not making shots, they can beat you. When they slow down the half court, they can get out and run. They shoot more threes than anybody, so they live and die with that, and they're living instead of dying. So they're unbelievable. Porzingis showed some toughness last night, too, getting the shots of the dome and still coming back and embracing the crowd. I love that. That's exactly what you want to see with this. With your best player out, take your best player off all these other teams in the playoffs. They're probably going to lose.
Sure.
Like, take off Jokic off them. The Clippers are like, take off Cade Cunningham on the Pistons. Like, the Knicks run away with that series. They're still so good, and this is where the 1A and 1B is. Last year, there was this whole thing with Jaylen Brown. Is he the best player?
Oh, yeah. Who
really cares? But it's good when you see Tatum's out. You have that guy to go take over a game and dominate. And for the Magic side, this is a tough one because this is the one you should have stole. Like no Jason Tatum going back home. You can even it up. So this is a tough one here. I think this is deflating. Looking across, their best player not playing, and we still didn't find a chance to win. Again, it's a process for them, but this was a bad loss. This is the one they needed.
I'm wondering, too, because Jaylen Brown did finish with 36 points. And, yeah, you're right. We used to have that conversation. I feel like it got settled once he was the MVP of the finals and we can all just move on with our lives. But now if there's still somebody lingering out there that's like, wow, they didn't have their best player, I actually it's not a cringe, but I don't think it's just hands down that Jason Tatum's the best player on the Celtics. To me, it just genuinely feels like a two-headed monster equally.
That's exactly what it is. And I don't know why it ever became a conversation in the first place.
Jay Kidd tried to stir up the pot before the finals and get in their head.
I mean, that's definitely a Jay Kidd move, but it should never even be a conversation. These two guys are teammates. They enjoy being teammates. They mesh well together. They play well together. Like, they lead this team in the perfect way. It shouldn't even be a topic of conversation. It's definitely a 1A, 1B type situation. If one guy's down, the other one has his back, and vice versa. So I don't see the issue. I don't see the problem. Just let these guys continue to be great.
We would talk last year about the depth of this team not being great. Then they have the sixth man of the year now, Peyton Pritchard. Then Hauser becomes a real threat from the three-point line. Al Horford, he's 40 years old. He's still unbelievable. So when you have those 6, 7, 8 men that are still that productive and efficient, it doesn't matter because in the playoffs the rotation is shortened anyways, and they have the best 8 in the NBA.
This was fun. I kind of like we won't name them all, but this is a fun question, Chandler. Jaylen Brown with the rest of the league, would he be the best player on half of the teams in the league? Like, where are you putting that number?
Yeah, he'd be the best player on half. There's certain situations like he's not better than Wemby, even like on Spurs. There's certain guys like that, but like. Yeah, Jaylen Brown, I'll take him over anybody on the Rockets right now. I'll take him. Jaylen Brown is such a stud. He's a two-way player. He's tough. He's available. He's so athletic. And he's going to continue to get better. He's not even reached his prime yet.
Is it more than half?
Last year the debate was he could be the best player on the best team. Of course he's going to be the best player on half the teams. But, again, I hate to even do that to him because yeah, he is. He's a top 15 player in the NBA, which makes him the best player on half the teams.
Yes.
To make it simple.
It's that simple. He can go to most teams, not only be the best player, but also make them a better team. Without question. It's not even really a discussion.
Yeah.
So.
But there's some tough ones. Like, do you take him over Cade Cunningham? Do you take him over Jalen Brunson in town? Like,
so Utah, yes. Sacramento, like
Absolutely.
We just go down.
All those.
It's definitely more than half.
Yeah.
For sure it's more than half.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah. What about Orlando?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, there it is. That's
Yeah,
one.
I would agree, yeah.
There was blood last night. Blood runs red in the NBA. What, dude? What is even happening? That's Kristaps Porzingis' crazy smile through the whole thing, and Joe Mazzulla was asked about it. He was getting a standing ovation for this. Here's Joe, because this is.
I do.
Classic.
I love watching him. I like watching him bleed on the court. I think it's important, and then he comes back in and does his job. So I do like that about him.
This is unbelievable.
Remember, he just finished saying
watching him bleed.
That he just with Tatum, we yelled at Tatum to get up when he hurt his wrist. Now we've got, I like watching him bleed on the court.
Did anyone ask him about that, screaming at Tatum to get up? Because that was wild.
Sure they did, but the answers are not going to clear anything up for you.
I will say, I know what he's saying. Like, I loved it. Porzingis is kind of banged up all the time. He's hurt a lot of time. He misses some games. So when you see him do this and then honestly embrace him, the crowd embrace him, and standing ovation, he's got blood on his head. He's got this stupid, ridiculous Band-Aid on the middle of his forehead. I love it. I love that the Celtics fans rallied around him. I love that he came right back in and shot the free throw. Like, this is toughness. This is kind of, the Zeros have that reputation of not doing stuff like this. So this is awesome to see.
Okay, Boogie, let me ask you this, because, the smile, the whole thing looks, it's very WWE blood crazy. But when your coach says, I like to see him bleed on the court, what's your reaction to that if you're playing for Joe?
Joe a different dude, man. He has a sick sense of humor. I hate ever complimenting Joe because, we lost to them in college at West Virginia in that Elite Eight. So it's going to always be a rift between me and him. I got nothing but love for him. I think he's an incredible coach, but I'm always have a small part of hate when it comes to him, and that's losing to him. But
Petty.
Joe's a different guy, and I think we're all on the outside trying to figure out his sense of humor.
It's grown on me.
It's crazy because this isn't even like a top 5 Mazzulla quote of the season. Right. This guy keeps us with some zingers.
It is up there, though. I like to see him bleed on the court.
Players should fight. Yeah, we were all going to die, and none of you were invited to my funeral. Really got me.
All facts.
They're all fantastic.
He is. I mean, it must be fun to cover him at this point because you really have no idea what he's going to say. Just that it's going to be gold. Paolo Banchero, look, if you don't know who he is by now, then I don't know what to tell you. You're not paying attention. But for those who don't, like, the ceiling for him is what?
Oh, my God. MVP in this league. And, earlier you asked, would Jaylen Brown be the best player on this team? I had to hesitate for a minute because this is exactly who I thought of. And I think, obviously, this is hypothetical, but this would definitely be another 1A, 1B type situation. Banchero is one of those in this league. He's a young kid, full of talent, obviously going to be a star in this league. I think an MVP level type of star, multiple MVP level type of star. I think the only thing missing for him right now is an elite point guard. And I think once that happens for this Orlando team, when it happens, I think his game goes to another level. So he's a star in this league, up-and-coming star, full of potential, still learning, still figuring it out. But, man, he's a super talent in this league. I love his game. I love it.
Yeah, he's got it all. And I think the minute he gets to that 38 to 42% three-point shooting is where his game's going to really take off. He's got that kind of mellow mid-range where he kind of faces you up, he backs you down. And, again, this team is on the rise. This team is kind of like a Houston Rockets of the Eastern Conference where they're close, but they're still missing something. Their defense is so good, and that kept them in a lot of games. And Jamal Mosley is such a fantastic coach and dude. Guys are going to want to play for him. Guys are going to want to play hard for him. They have this duo with Wagner and Paolo for the future. I think they do need to add a point guard. They were 27th in assists last year, so it's a lot of ISO. It's not a lot of movement.
Trae Young.
And how about this? Ooh. They only take their 30th in three-point field goals with 11, and they're last in three-point percentage of 31%. So it's like they got to find shooting to space the floor around Paolo, around Wagner, and then just get a setup guy to get the ball moving, the offense flowing more.
Trae Young.
Trae Young makes sense. Trae Young makes a lot of sense.
That'll be a young.
Man,
that's a fun.
I just want Trae Young to get to a spot where he can really show his talent.
You think it's going to happen?
I just want him to go to a good organization.
I mean, they just got rid of the Gm. Like, do you think that's what's coming?
I would hope so. It makes sense.
Interesting.
And let's not forget, they're also missing Jalen Suggs, who I think when he signed the $150 million deal, it was like, everyone was like, what? That's a bargain, the way he played this year, the way he defends, the way he expanded his game to three-point shooting. So they're missing a critical part.
Trae Young.
It's manifesting it right here. Heat cap.
Hả? Vui vẻ xong rồi. Bố mẹ có lạnh quần này cơ. Đâu có lạnh kia quần này.
Đây là bảo để nó lên một cái.
Đấy anh đừng dạy con học làm như này đi.
Chị liều luôn thì không? Đây.
Trời ơi, miệng dạy khóa mình hoàn thành video của mình đến đây là kết thúc nha.
Từ 3 1 đúng không? Đấy là 10 mà 1.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng làm móc khóa. Hôm nay mình sẽ đan chiếc lá.
Đi lên rồi. Đấy ngồi giải xoay đi cho bạn. Và hai cái đi hai cái đi.
Trời ơi.
Đấy của lòng mỏ này.
Nó bảo đoạn 1 là cái đoạn này đúng không? 3 dòng này hay là 1 này?
Chưa.